Walmart, a place you know, bright lights, wide aisles, people pushing carts looking for bargains, so ordinary. But every Walmart has its secrets. This one had aisle 7B, the toy aisle. It looked like any other toy aisle, full of color, full of promises of fun. But something was wrong, terribly wrong. A cold spot always seemed to linger there near the dolls. You would walk down the main thoroughfare, past the clothes, past the electronics, then you would turn into aisle 7B. Suddenly the happy store music seemed to fade, the air grew still, and cold, so very cold. Even on the hottest summer day a shiver might run down your spine, goosebumps would prickle your arms. Why? What made this aisle so different? It was the dolls. Everyone knew it was the dolls, rows upon rows of them. Princess dolls with sparkling dresses, baby dolls with wide, innocent eyes, action figures poised for battle, all silent, all still. Customers started to notice other things, strange things. It wasn't just the cold, it wasn't just the feeling of being watched, it was sounds, faint sounds like tiny voices, barely there, like the rustle of dry leaves, or the sigh of the wind. But there was no wind, not in aisle 7B, not in the middle of Walmart. The sounds were whispers, soft sibilant whispers, coming from the shelves, coming from the dolls. Imagine a mother, searching for a birthday gift. She reaches for a doll in a pink box, her fingers brush the plastic, then she hears it, a tiny whisper. Hello? She freezes. Did she imagine it? She must have. But then, another whisper. Play with me. Her heart pounds. She looks around. No one is near. Only the dolls. Their plastic eyes seem to follow her. She drops the box and hurries away, her face pale. Children heard it too. Sometimes more clearly than adults. A little boy tugging his father's hand. Daddy, the dolls are talking. The daytime shoppers felt the unease, but the night crew, they knew the true horror of aisle 7B. They saw it unfold. When the store was closed, when the lights were dimmed, when the only sounds were the hum of refrigerators and their own footsteps, that's when the dolls became active. Or so it seemed. The Night Stalkers had the job of tidying the aisles, making sure everything was perfect for the morning. But aisle 7B was never perfect for long. They would enter the aisle, flashlights cutting through the gloom, and they would find them. Dolls out of their boxes. Not just one or two, sometimes many, lying on the floor, sitting on the shelves, legs dangling, as if they had climbed out themselves. Their little plastic hands sometimes seemed to be reaching. Their painted smiles looked more like sneers in the dim light. The employees felt a prickle of dread every single time. Sometimes the dolls were found in strange arrangements, gathered in a circle, as if they were having a meeting, or all facing the entrance to the aisle. Section 4. The Unsettling Reset. Every night the routine was the same, or nearly the same. The night crew would approach aisle 7B with a sense of foreboding. They would find the dolls, out of place, again. Sighing, they would begin the task of restocking, each doll carefully examined, placed back into its correct box, the boxes sealed, if possible, or neatly stacked. They made sure every single doll was accounted for, every single doll was back where it belonged, or so they thought. They would double-check, triple-check. Aisle 7B would look perfect, orderly, normal, just like any other toy aisle in any other Walmart. The coldness might still be there, the faint feeling of being watched, but the dolls were secure, or so it appeared. The employees would finish their shift, clock out, go home, trying to shake off the creepy feeling, hoping for a quiet night, a normal morning. But then morning would come, the store would open, the first employees of the day shift would walk the aisles, and someone would eventually pass aisle 7B. Section 5. The Mystery of the Staring Toys. The legend of aisle 7B began to grow. Employees warned new hires, stay away from the dolls if you can. Regular customers knew to avoid it, or to hurry through. Some brave teenagers daring each other would venture down the aisle, hoping to see something, to hear something. Sometimes they did, a whisper, a doll that seemed to shift. Mostly they just felt the cold, and the eyes, the endless silent staring of the plastic figures. Management tried everything. They moved the dolls to a different aisle, but the strange occurrences simply followed them. The cold spot, the whispers, the dolls out of their boxes. It wasn't the aisle itself that was haunted, it was the dolls, or some of them anyway. No one knew which ones. They even tried putting the most active dolls in the stockroom, locked away, but sometimes they'd be found back on the shelf, as if they had willed themselves there. Why did they move? What did they